everyone and welcome to a new video. In English, there are two types of sentences. You have the simple sentence and the complex sentence. For the complex sentence, we have multiple clauses. Of course, we have the dependent clause and the independent clause. In today's video, I'm going to explain to you the relative clause. And of course, I'm going to give you the key difference between that, which, and who, and how to use each of these words in your sentences. But before we start, if you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe, ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of our uploads. And let's get started. Let's start first by the definition of the relative clause. The relative clause is a part of the complex sentence, and it adds more information or identifies a noun in the sentence. And it is generally introduced by a relative pronoun like who, whom, whose, which, that, etc. Also, the relative clause has two types. The first one is the restrictive or defining clause. This one is essential to the meaning of the sentence. We can't just remove it. The second type is the non-restrictive, non-defining clause. This one is not essential to the meaning, and we can just remove it from the sentence, and the meaning stays the same. As for the difference between them and how to differentiate, the first one, we're not going to find a comma. The second type, we're going to find a comma at the start and at the end of the clause. Now let me share with you the relative pronouns and how to use them. The first one is who, and we use it to refer to people, and it can be the subject of the clause. Let me give you these two examples. The first one, the student who studies hard succeeds. Here, the relative clause is who studies hard. Here, the relative clause is a defining clause, which means that it is essential for the meaning and we can just remove it. The second example, my brother who lives in London is coming home. Here, the clause is who lives in London, and you can see the comma at the start of the clause and at the end as well, which means that this is a non-defining clause and it's not essential to the meaning. It's just extra info. The second pronoun I'm going to share with you is which, and we use it to refer to things or animals, and it can be used in defining and non-defining clauses. Let me give you these examples. The first one, the book which is on the table is mine. Here, this is a defining clause, which is essential to the meaning of the sentence. The second example, the car which I bought is very fast. The clause here is which I bought, and you can see that it's a defining clause. The last example is my phone, which I bought last year, is still working fine. Here, the clause is which I bought last year, and it's a non-defining clause. And as you can see, we added the comma at the start and at the end of the clause. And the last pronoun I'm going to share with you is that. We use it to refer to people, things, or animals. The thing is with this pronoun is that we can't use it in non-defining clauses. This means that if we want to add extra info, we're not going to use this pronoun. The second thing about this pronoun is that it can replace who and which in defining clauses. Now let me share with you these two examples. The first one, the girl that won the race is my cousin. Here the clause is that won the race, that's first. And the second thing, here that is replacing who. The second example, the movie that we watched last night was amazing. The clause here is that we watched yesterday, and it's replacing the pronoun which. A quick note for you. When you have the pronoun, the relative pronoun, as the object of the sentence, you can just remove it. Let me give you these examples. The first one, the book that I read or which I read was interesting. Here you can just say, the book I read was amazing or interesting. The second example, the man that you met is my uncle. You can just say, the man you met is my uncle. A quick note before we finish this lesson. Let me tell you when to use which of these pronouns. When you're in a formal setting or you're using formal English, you're going to use who and which. And for everyday English, or you're talking with friends, people that you know really well, you're going to use simply that. So this was all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you have any questions or something that you want to add, don't forget to mention it in the comment section down below. And thank you for watching.